All right, in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to make the perfect website if you're a designer, artist, or creative person. To me, the perfect website is somewhere where you can show off your work in a professional way so you can get a new job or get more clients, but also sell other products, whether that's your prints or digital assets you made, or maybe a course or affiliate link. Everything that you have is all in one place. See, there's like a million different website builders with different plans and pricings and different ways to combine everything. So it is actually kind of difficult to figure out which combination of all that stuff will give you the best bang for your buck. Bang for your buck. Is that the saying? I have no idea. Thankfully, I've already done that research for you, so you don't actually have to go through and compare all that stuff on your own. Also, I have worked as a full-time web designer for quite a while, and I have a lot of experience with front-end and back-end web development, so I feel like I do have like a good perspective on this. Also, stick to the end of the video if you want to know why I have this weird cut on my head. Okay, right off the bat, I'm going to say best website builder, Squarespace. I've used a bunch of different website builders and Squarespace is by far the best one. You don't need to be an expert coder to make a website, but also it doesn't like stick you inside of a template. You actually have room to be free and create the website that you want while also not having to like putting hours of coding. The plan you'll want to go with is Squarespace's cheapest one because the other two are mostly for e-commerce, which is dope, but there's actually cheaper ways for you to get that e-commerce aspect onto your website, which I'll cover later on in the video. Okay, let's get into the actual pages of your website. This coffee is very burned. By the way, if you guys want to see exactly what I am talking about, I'm going to leave a link to my own website in the description of this video. So if you want to check out like the exact details of what I'm discussing, then you can check that out. I said check that out like a million times. Okay, so you can add any kind of page you want to your website, but I'm going to explain to you which ones that you have to have. One, which is pretty much the most obvious, is your portfolio. Ideally, you should have 3 to 9 portfolio pieces for each like aspect of your portfolio. If you have multiple portfolios, make sure to keep those separate. So personally, I actually have 2 portfolios on my website. One of them is web design, and then the other one is digital art. I have 4 portfolio pieces in my web design one, but I have 9 portfolio pieces in my digital art. I mean, you can have more than 9. A lot of like really big artists just have like an entire page of work, but 9 is just kind of like a rule of thumb. Right? Rule of thumb. For each portfolio piece, you'll want to go into detail about anything that a potential client or employer would want to know about the project. Basically, your goal is to make yourself seem as awesome as possible. So if you made someone's baby picture into like some crazy piece of art, don't just put the art there and say nothing about it. Like show them the picture that you started with and say like, hey, I made this guy's baby picture into this crazy piece of art. It's kind of a weird example that I thought of. Okay, next page that you need to have is your contact page. This one is pretty simple, but basically you just want to have a contact page so people can contact you, obviously. You can put in as many fields as you want, but I would recommend putting as few as possible. The least friction you have for people to contact you, the more emails you'll actually get. One thing I would recommend though is having this little drop-down box where people can state the exact reason why they're contacting you. This will make your life way easier in the future when you have like a million emails and you just want to look at like certain ones. Also, not a bad thing to have on this page is your social media. That way, if they want to contact you through Behance, they can. If they want to look at your Instagram, they can, or maybe Twitter, etc., etc. Okay, the final page that you have to have is your store page. You definitely don't want to have all your products and services just scattered around the internet for people to find on their own. Your store page is going to be like a hub for every single thing that people can get from you. So if you sell prints, that should be on there. If you create NFTs, that should be on there. If you create temporary tattoos, that should be on there. You don't necessarily have to have that buy now button right there on that page where they can make the purchase right on your website, but it is completely acceptable to have like a link to another website. A link to another website. So if you sell prints on like Redbubble or Display, it's completely acceptable just to have a button that links to your Redbubble store or your Display store. But I do have some information for you. If you do sell any kind of digital product, you can actually use something called Gumroad. I'm not going to explain how to sign up for Gumroad and how to use it. Maybe that will be in another video. But basically, you can embed your little Gumroad store onto your Squarespace website. That way, your products will be listed on the Gumroad website as well as your own website, and it's much cheaper. Also, if you guys want to sell a course, I would recommend using Teachable. I'm recommending Gumroad and Teachable because those two, you have more control over your products. Some other websites will actually just randomly put your products on sale for like 90% of something without your consent. With Teachable and Gumroad, you have complete control over how much you price your product and pretty much everything about it. Okay, so those are like the 3 main pages that I would recommend you having on your website, but let me go through a couple more that you could have as well. 1, homepage. This is like the page that everyone's gonna land on when they get to your website. It's kind of hard to know what to do with this page, but I'll give you my recommendation. I would almost do like a summary of your website. So the very first thing on your homepage could be like kind of introducing yourself, saying who you are and what you do. And as you scroll down, you'll kind of have like these small links to each page. So you would have a little section about yourself, and then you can click here to go to your About Me page to learn more about you. You can have a section for your portfolio and then a link to each of your portfolios so you can see more of your work. Next would be the About Me page. I mean, I feel like this one's kind of self-explanatory. Basically, you create a page about yourself. This is good for clients and employers who just want to know more about you as a person. That's kind of a page where you can go more in depth about who you are, what you like to do, why you do the things that you do, kind of like your mission statement and where you can find all of your work. Okay, one more page I'd recommend having is a page called resources. So as you develop as like an entrepreneur and a creative person, you're going to kind of build up this huge collection of like affiliate links and codes for people. I'm sure any YouTuber you've watched has said like, use this code on this website to get like 10% off, and this code on this website to get 15% off. Here's my 10,000 Amazon affiliate links. If you click one, then you can buy the camera that I use. Over time, you'll get like a huge collection of all these things. So on your resources page, you can kind of collect all of those and put them into one spot. So if anyone wants a discount from something you've recommended, it's there. If they want to get the camera you use, it's there. Everything would be there. This is good because 1, it will provide some extra income for you, and 2, it'll help your audience develop more with you. Actually, now that I think about it, it's not really that interesting of a story. Basically, I just got my snow tires on. So when I was bringing like my summer tires, when I was bringing my summer tires out of my car and putting them into this like stack in my garage, I was lifting one up and there's kind of like some stuff in the way, so I was gonna try to like throw it up a little bit. So I kind of boosted it up onto my body, and then the rim fell and hit me on the head. And that's it. Then I got this cut right on my head the day before I was gonna film this video. So that's good. I don't know if that was a good story. Okay, bye.